Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we'll be discussing the future of Destiny 2's netcode. Now a lot of players were really hoping for Bungie and Activision to announce dedicated servers for the sequel. We all know why. The connections in Destiny 1 could be summed up as interesting, to put it kindly. Crazy desyncing was not uncommon, and would lead to an intensely frustrating experience, especially in Crucible. Host migrations in raids and other activities were also a common problem. So in what is probably both a PR move, to get ahead of the obvious disappointment the community showed in not getting truly client-based dedicated servers for Destiny 2, and a way to reassure players with specific concerns, like PC players, that they wouldn't have a cheat-filled experience, Bungie put an interview with their engineering lead, Matt Segure, on their most recent blog post. I'll link the article in the description and put key excerpts on screen for you, so you can best understand what they're trying to say. So Matt was asked why no dedicated servers. He responded, "Every activity in Destiny 2 is hosted by one of our servers. That means you will never again suffer a host migration during your raid attempt or trials match. This differs from Destiny 1, where those hosting duties were performed by player consoles and only script and mission logic ran in the data center." So wait a minute, that sounds suspiciously like a dedicated server to me, right? Well, here's what I take from that. By saying you won't get a host migration during a trials match, I'm going to read between the lines a little and say that people won't be able to resolve your IP and boot you offline, as the game is actually hosted by Bungie. Anyone familiar with top trials players like Wish or Gigs will know DDoSing was a very real issue, and as someone who will very likely be choosing to play Destiny 2 on PC, this is a real concern. Traditionally, if games have not had a client-server-based architecture on PC, cheating and booting have been rife. Bungie know this. They know it happens on consoles still to this day. If the game is unplayable on release because people can do this sort of thing, that's very, very bad news for them. Now, a lot of the community don't actually realise the limitations of what they know as a dedicated server, but they do have some drawbacks, being much harder to manage large distances between players being one of them. With Destiny 1 being a game that was played across continents, they argue a hybrid system is more responsive, while making this hosting change will help with a lot of people's present complaints with Destiny 1. Matt had this to say: "In the gaming community, dedicated servers refer to pure client-server networking models. Destiny 2 uses a hybrid of client-server and peer-to-peer technology, just like Destiny 1. The server is authoritative over how the game progresses, and each player is authoritative over their own movement and abilities. This allows us to give players the feeling of immediacy in all their moving and shooting, no matter where they live and no matter whom they choose to play with." So for Bungie, being able to play with whoever you want is a good thing, especially in PvE, and they argue this networking model facilitates that better. Now, where Bungie have received fair criticism in the past is that, particularly in Crucible, the actual matchmaking has brought players together who have no business playing each other because of the large distances between them. A lot of fuss has been made about skill-based matchmaking, not only in Destiny 1, but other games as well. And it's undeniable that people who are red barring against you are a massive pain. If they're there in your lobby because they more closely match your skill than, say, someone with whom you'd have a much crispier connection, players experiencing laggy matches find that hard to justify. A lot of people feel like the matchmaking should take connection quality as the only factor in finding you a match, and to a certain extent, I do agree. It's not fun to play people significantly better than you all the time, I get it, but there are two factors I'd like you to think about. One, a ranked mode solves all this. Yes, you might get some lag, but you'll also get fairer matches. And two, playing better players is how people improve in a lot of cases. Taking your losses and learning from them isn't a bad thing automatically. Next up is a specific segment about PC and the concerns a lot of people have. Matt said this: "The PC platform poses unique security challenges for Destiny 2, but our security ninjas have spent several years building a plan for how to engage with this new and vibrant community. We have a variety of top secret strategies to ensure that the life of a cheater in Destiny 2 PC will be nasty, brutish, and short. And regardless of what platform you play on, all changes to your persistent character are communicated directly to our secure data center with no peer-to-peer interference." Right, so they have an anti-cheat strategy for PC. Great. But it's the last part about changes to your persistent character that intrigues me. Does that mean peer-to-peer direct connections don't happen in the traditional sense? So the data that says whether you get shot or where you move doesn't go between players directly, rather through the Bungie server, so players can't resolve IPs and boot each other off? I hope so, I really do. Anyone who played Black Ops 2 League play back in the day knows the pain of that. We don't need it continuing into this game. The truth is, we don't know how the system will actually work out in practice, neither do Bungie, that's what the betas are for. We'll find out then if what they say is true and they've made significant improvements. One thing's for sure, if the connections are as bad as Destiny 1, it won't bode well for the health of the game. Let me Let me know in the comments how you feel about all of this info. It's a lot to process, and time will tell whether this is more a factual blog post or a PR move to ward off disappointment. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please check out our Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.